What's up, everybody? Today's video, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be setting up the air lines that I told you about. We got a new pump back here along with some other stuff that we're going to go through here in just a minute. So let's go through it. Alright, so some of the things we got an Alita linear air pump that should be able to handle everything I need. I want to pump some extra air into here, get that K1 media stirring around. If you haven't seen the video for this, I'll put a link up here. Otherwise, same for this. I'll also put another link up there for that video as well. Everything's kind of coming together piece by piece. We are going to do more green along this side and kind of cover all that junk up. I'll probably follow through on this side once we change up this side of the room as well to kind of match this side of the room. So, but anyways, so what we're doing this for is to obviously get more airflow through our stones, our filters, etc. We got some extra line because we're going to try to redo everything for the most part new. We have the Zis valves that you can get through Aquarium Co-op. He actually has a video kind of explaining how to do some of this. So if you want to see the whole thing, feel free to go over there. But yeah, I grabbed a bunch of these valves here. We're going to run new lines. We're going to have 2 sponges on here, followed by 2 sponges on here. This here, I'm probably going to run 3 lines, maybe 4 lines into it just to get that swirling. Over here, this tank is going to be gone. It's going over here. Flower horn's getting a new home. The axolotl, we're going to run air over here. I'll probably just run a line until I can finish putting it all together in the future, because obviously I don't want to preset everything, plus I don't have enough room behind here to run the lines the way I actually want to. So we'll get around to that when we can. Some of the other things you may or may not need: a hacksaw to cut the PVC if you need to, or a PVC cutter. You want a 13/64 drill bit for these to fit into. There's many other kinds you can use though, so there's threaded types, there's many other kinds. These I heard were the way to go, so I'm going to try it. We also have the adapter hose for our pump to our PVC that we're going to run. A couple adapters. This one's going to go from the hose to the PVC. A couple couplers to run extra tubing in the future, along with a bend to go back in the corner there. So Teflon tape if you need it. I'm going to use it personally on the threads of here. Even though there's air going in here, I just want to prefer, have that extra seal. PVC glue if you want to or need to, prevent it from overpressurizing and blowing the end off. Tape measure if you need to catch your measurements and stuff like that. But anyways, this is a pretty simple project. Another thing we're going to need is a permanent marker to make our marks on here after we've kind of set where we're going to do things. So first things first, we're going to get this air pump hooked up right over in this corner here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to run the pump right down here, and I will show you why in just a second here. Alright, so the next step is to build our end here. So this is really simple. We got a coupler. We're going to shove it on there and twist. Now this should hold. We'll know for sure by the time it's all said and done. We got our little threaded adapter. Shove that in there as well. And then I'm just going to thread lock this. It's not necessary, but depending on how this pump flows, it might be necessary. Depending on how your pump flows as well. Now there's plenty of ways you can do this too, so you don't need a giant pump. You can obviously use just a regular small pump and make a much smaller scale of this to handle a couple tanks or something like that versus what I'm trying to do with it. So anyways, we're going to thread that in there nice and snug. There we go. Alright, and then on the other end of this, so how I'm going to do this is I'm going to use the numbers and letters as my mark. Up and down, so I'm not trying to hide it necessarily, so I guess it doesn't really matter how I'm doing it. But alright, so now this piece here is only going to have 4 holes drilled in it for these pumps. Alright, so we're probably going to do the holes right down towards this end here. So I'm gonna set you up here, and we're gonna get some holes drilled. All right, so like I said, it's a 13/64, and what we're gonna do is, having 4 sponges, we're gonna have 4 holes. And you don't want to, with this setup, you don't want to overdo it with your holes either. They don't need to be crazy. You don't want to be, wobbling it around in there. You want to go straight in, straight up. Clean up those edges a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to grab our valves. And now these are made by Zis. You can get them at Aquarium Co-op, like I said earlier. That's about the only place I've been able to find them. The reason I like these is the amount of adjustability on this thing is pretty crazy. So it goes down there pretty deep. You can fully block off the line, or you can fully open it. So real neat design. Love these things. So anyways, this is going to be a fairly snug fit. So the way this is going to go, we want the valves pointing forward. Now this is going to be a snug fit, and they'll just slide right in there. You may have to glue these as well. I don't think I'm going to have to, but we're going to find out when we get there. So basically you just tug these in there. So if I'm not using these valves, I can also shut them off and stuff, so it's kind of cool. As long as the pump permits it. I would imagine with as many lines as I'm going to do, it's going to be just fine though. All right, so there's the first piece all set. All right, so the next one is going to run from this corner over behind this tank temporarily until I get everything set up to go all the way down there. You know what? I'm probably just going to make a little section down to there, and then when I need to extend it, I'll go get more PVC. That would make it a lot easier to drill the holes and stuff too. So I'm going to get started. Find out where we got to put these holes at. All right, so with this one, like I said, we're going to have to extend it, so we're going to add another coupler on the end. All right, so we're going to cut a 5-foot long piece here. We'll go 1 inch less. Actually, we'll go half an inch. So we're going to go half an inch shorter. We got our PVC cutter here. And I'll lay this guy in there. And you also want to use Schedule 40, and the reason being is if you got to cut it, you're good. It doesn't fold. And you can also, it's a lot thicker walled. This is a view here. So you can see the end, it's a lot thicker tubing, so it prevents anything, any worries you might have. All right, so this piece is going to have a cap on it. So we got our cap here. Same idea. Just shove it on there real tight. What we're going to do is I'm going to put this piece behind here. I'm going to drop this piece in, and then we'll go from there. All right, so what we're going to do, so this piece here, I'm going to have 3 different areas. Alright, so that's back there. Next step here is going to be adding this one back behind all this stuff here and connecting it back behind the pond as well. So we got that all back there. Our valves right there, easy access. We're gonna run the hose under here, straight over there. We'll probably move the pump over here closer. I may end up extending this down there eventually. But yeah, so far we got it connected there. Next step here, we gotta drill some holes down on this end. Alright guys, so we are all hooked up down there. We are hooked up over here. The only thing I need to do is close off the flow to these to give this more pressure. Otherwise, we got the lines in here as well, stirring up a little bit of bubblies. So we'll get some more work done here in a little bit. Other than that, it's all hooked up. Next step is going to be setting up these tanks, which is going to be a future video for you guys. But anyways, that's it for today. It is hot down here. We turned the AC off because it is actually nice outside, and it was a horrible idea because I was sweaty in here. But yeah, anyways, next video, like I said, we're going to do the LG 1-2 punch on the 75-gallon Planet tank. If you guys aren't sure what that is, it's a good way, or a great way I should say, to handle pretty much all types of algae. It's going to cover you on blackbeard algae, staghorn algae, green algae. I mean, it handles the majority of your algae for you. It's just a matter of you making sure you keep up with everything after that to keep it going forever. So we're going to make some more changes to 75 in the future as well. So keep in touch, get the notification bell on, thumbs up if you like it, and love it if you subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a good one.